Power to the people, eh, kid? Hey, all right! The hero of the wasteland returns. And well done indeed. Now GNR can be heard clear across the capital wasteland again. That'll give Eden and those muties something to think about. But before I get back to my calling, I bet you want to hear about your dad. When your dad passed through here, he and I talked for a good long time. He's a real stand-up kind of guy. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo, which didn't make sense to me, and mentioned something called Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City. Then he left in a hurry. You've never heard of Rivet City? Wow. Just wow. Well, a whole bunch of people got together and turned a beached aircraft carrier into a town. Pretty cool, huh? Just follow the river south from here. There's no way you can miss it. I can't even tell you the love I'm getting from the wasteland. Ever since GNR started singing again, the guys downstairs told me that more people than ever are tuning in. It's all I ever wanted. Anytime you need a place to crash, duck in here. Be glad to provide. Welcome to the GNR, yes.
Can you help me? Are you serious? I can't... I can...
Welcome to Rivet City. Please wait while the bridge extends.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City. Yeah? Let me guess. No, she's not expect... Been a lot of that going around lately, and I've had just about enough of it. Older guy, in his 50s or so? I remember him. He left all... All right, you can go on up. She'll be in the science lab. Just don't cause any trouble, or else you're gonna answer to me. I suppose. The door on the left goes to the stairwell.
Hey there.
Hello, mister. not supposed to talk to... I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Hey there. I'm on duty. Make it quick. I really hope you're not thinking of breaking into there.
Good to see you.
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yeah, you there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you to the point? I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get... You're helping me retrieve... I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Here, listen to this message he sent me. The Commonwealth itself is nothing but a war-ravaged quagmire of violence and despair. Inside the sealed environment of the Institute, however. But the Institute's affairs are none of your concern. Like I've said, I suspect... Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with... Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. Now, if you'll excuse...
Good to see you. Yeah?
Hey there.
Look, this is a restricted area. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here? You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same. I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until... What else? Yes. Your mother was... Well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you. Complications from childbirth. None of us were You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could. Yes. Well, James? He was very driven. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he... But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. And frank... That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told... You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? Did you? I was under the impression that's Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already. Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. I'm sorry, It's in the old Jefferson Memorial. Please, don't go...
Hello.
My feet are killing me. Time to go home. I'll finish this up tomorrow. It was so noisy last night.
Tamper with
I
that,
could
and we're
hardly
gonna have a
sleep.
problem. Maybe a quick fix has something that will help you sleep. Cindy's got...
I'll try that. Hey there!
Henry's my husband. I have a daughter, CJ, too. We're the lucky one. We have normal jobs. I clean the halls. Goodbye.
You don't look so tough. They call me sister. Don't ask. Are you making fun of my name? It's a You're bothering me.
That's why I'm glad.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. Well, I really should... He's addicted to Ken. You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones. They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a... Well, my metal friend, how are we...
Welcome to the Weatherly. Yes.
Is there a problem?
Evening.
Yeah. I heard she was drinking river
Evening.
water.
The ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon, we'll all end up like her.
Oh, hello. Are you lost?
I do the repairs around here, so if you see something that needs fixing, let me know.
Good to see you. Yes, that's locked. And this here is Flack and Shrapnel's gun shop. Pretty catchy. Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every month. I can be very influential. A threat? No, of course not. He's a shady character. I just can't prove. Well, let... Pleasure doing business with you.
Guess who came to visit old Three Dog at his luxurious studio in beautiful downtown D.C.? That's right, the other vault dweller. Now, you want to know if it gets better, don't you? Well, hell yes, it gets better. Turns out vault dweller number 2 was none other than James's kid.
Welcome to Rivet City Supply.
I know, I couldn't make this shit up. Okay, but now it is sad. You see, the kid is looking for his dad. Looking for James. See, James left Vault 101 without telling the kid why. Now, I've since learned that James is a scientist and is working on something big. Is that why he left the vault? Looks that way. So who knows, maybe James is going to save the world. Can't think of a better cause than that. But James, if you're listening, your kid's out, man, and he misses you. So you might want to find him before he gets swallowed up and spit out. And for all you other cats out there listening, if you see the kid from Vault 101 out there, give him a pat on the back and wish him luck. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're radio-free wasteland, and we're here for you. Up next, we've got a public service announcement. Listen up, children. This stuff's important. Just a friendly reminder to all you would-be bigots out there. Ghouls are people, too. You see, children, ghouls are simply humans who've been exposed to a godly amount of radiation. Sure, they look like hideous zombies from an old monster flick, but their hearts, their souls, their tears are all very much human. So please, if you meet one of the Capital Wasteland's mini ghouls, leave your prejudice at the door and your pistol in its holster. Ah yes, one important caveat, kiddies. Those feral ghouls that prefer the dark dank underground are basically... Well, please.
Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into the restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Vault-Tec facility after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshaling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
To be honest, the Gex sounded like pure fantasy, even for someone of Braun's capabilities. It was nothing short of a miracle. A terraforming module capable of producing life from complete lifelessness. But not only was this thing a reality, it was actually distributed to several vaults to be used after an atomic war. Vault 101 was, sadly, not on that list. I did some digging and discovered Braun's name on the reservation list for a Vault 112. And no slouch, but this man, he could have easily succeeded where I failed. Does his collected knowledge remain within the halls of Vault 112? Journals, holotapes, computer records, maybe even experiments. If I could gain access to just a fraction of Braun's genius, Project Purity would become a reality. I'm off to Vault 112 to search for anything of Braun's that might help me get this purifier up and running. All I know is that it's west of some place called Evergreen Mills, and it's well hidden in some sort of garage. But I'll find it. I have to. It's so close. That's the story of Project Purity, isn't it? An eternity of almost theirs. Let's see if Braun has the missing puzzle piece.
You're in the Rivet City Clinic. I'm Dr. Preston. That old story? Well, now, I haven't heard talk of that in quite some time. It was all just a rumor, a hoax. Someone's idea of a practical joke. Story was there was an android, escaped from the Commonwealth up north, from someplace called the Institute. There was a holotape that got circulated. I think I've got a copy of it. Yeah, here it is. Give it a listen. That's a man's voice. Hoax for sure. Like I said, it's a hoax. Don't bother with it. Someone's...
Until next time, this is Free Dog. Ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio, bringing you the truth, no matter how bad it hurts.
He's totally strung out. It's going to kill him one of these days. Take care.
You guys and gals,
Yes, that's locked.
Scabbing in the downtown DC ruins. Here's a tip.
If you're listening to this recording, it is because you're believed to be trustworthy. I hope that is the case, because this recording puts us both in danger. I'm escaping from the Commonwealth. I'm an android, a synthetic man, a slave. The men hunting me are ruthless and will stop at nothing to retrieve their property. I need to find a doctor in the wasteland to perform facial reconstruction. I also need someone who knows a great deal about computers. I need to have my memories erased and my face altered to look like someone else.
And yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Hi there. What do you want? My mom is probably Is that... Hello? What's your problem, mister? Of course I'm not afraid.
Hello, mister. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.